everybody, welcome back to the Gear 426 channel. Today I actually have a fun video and I'm really excited to do it. Today we are installing some Akebono brakes on the 350Z after I paint them. And if you're looking at this video on a how-to paint guide for calipers, go look up a Chris Fix video. This is I'm time-lapsing this, man. Like I ain't going into detail how to paint freaking calipers. There are a million videos on the internet for you to figure out how to paint calipers. But we're putting Akebono brakes on the Z, and I'm super excited about it. And I have a whole bunch of stuff that I had to get for it. First, I had to get all of these calipers. They're all unpainted. They're from Amazon. They're really cheap. Well, this one was from somewhere else, but it's really hard to find remanufactured OEM, like genuine Akebonos. A great way to tell is if you look at the casting. Let me see if I can show you. You see that little blank slot right there? That should be stamped in Akebono, and these aren't. So you know they're not genuine Akebonos, but no one's never really had problems with these, and you know, they were a lot cheaper. Like, I think I spent 700 bucks for all of them, or 500, something like that. It was a lot cheaper. Things that I had to go ahead and get to make this happen is some Zero Motorsports brackets, along with some Zero Motorsports stainless steel braided brake lines. This is gonna be really nice. I also got some carbon fiber ceramic brake pads from Power Stop. You know, these pretty alright pads. Not bad. I think those are the rears. And I got the drilled and slotted rotors from them as well that go with that. Goodness, look at the size of that thing. And this is the rear driver's side. Let me go ahead and pull out the fronts. Yeah, these things are massive. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get the old rotors that are currently on the car, the stock ones, and just show you like the huge size difference between them. Up here, we have the stock ones, obviously. Down here, we have the Akebonos. And just look at the size difference. Like, those are the fronts, those are the rears. They're huge.
That's what she said.
This thing's gonna stop so nice. One thing I will say is I am kind of disappointed that I had to get drilled rotors. I really don't like drilled rotors. In racing applications, they crack. I I might track this car eventually, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I only wanted slotted, but you know how hard it is to find only slotted rotors nowadays? It is a pain in the ass. And then the only ones that I could find that were slotted, I had to spend like a crap ton of money for because they were all two-piece. And I don't know about you guys, but clearly I am doing this on a budget. This is gonna be awesome. I can't wait. Now, some of you might be wondering, why are you hanging up your calipers? Well, clearly some of you realized that I made a makeshift paint booth. And I'm gonna paint these. Now, I'm not painting these red or any standard caliper color. In fact, I am painting these Nissan B2B5, which is Hermosa blue, pearl, midnight blue, dark blue. It's this really cool blue color that Nissan has that ever since I saw it on a Pathfinder, I absolutely loved it. I picked up a couple cans of the stuff from a company on eBay that pre-mixes it for you in a 1K can like this. And that's where we're going to be painting these, and we're going to be putting the Akebono stickers on all of them. But before I do all that, I got to wipe them down with acetone, and then I have to prime them, and then I have to paint them, and then I have to put the stickers on them, and then I have to clear coat them. That was really annoying, wasn't it? That was annoying me just doing that. So yeah, all that has to go on. I haven't even started acetoning them, but we'll get to that. While all that's happening and whatnot, you know, the paint has to be like Series J temperature, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to be removing the brakes off of the Z and doing some other stuff, you know, cleaning up the place a little bit. It is a little bit of a mess. I have a couple parts over there that I finally sold that I could get rid of. By the way, I sell parts if you didn't know. And I've also been waiting a little while because the humidity is just right. Temperature, not so much, but this is also on the back wall. This back wall's hot. So I think the temperature is actually lower. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and stick this over by where I'm painting to get a better representation of what's going on. Like here. There, yeah, we'll stick it right there because that's kind of closer. Hopefully this, see, look, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That went down. I'm not too worried about the temperature being too high. They say to paint whenever it's under 90 degrees. I'll have a fan blowing and circulating the air out of here. The main worry is that you just don't want the paint to dry on its way to it. Then it won't stick too well, but I think it'll be fine. Huh? Exciting, right? I finally actually doing some really good, nice parts on the car. Not me just fixing shit and replacing bushings, because that shit's getting boring. So before I begin, I would like to ask you, if you could please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're getting there on content. I mean, hey, I got some exciting stuff coming up soon. Got a fun one, actually. I hope it's a fun one. Be fun for me, but I'm also like kind of an automotive masochist for some reason, and I just love making my life difficult whenever cars are involved. Yeah. But seriously, you should consider subscribing, and I would say like and comment on the video. Well, I definitely comment on the video now if you want. Go ahead and like the video if you want to now, but I'd recommend doing it at the end of the video, because for all you know, you might hate this video, and if you do, dislike it. So, let's get to work. I'm removing all the bleeder screws because I want the finish to be as nice as possible, and I don't want to paint my bleeder screws. I also don't feel like replacing them, and a little trick that I learned from a friend of mine is these right here, the earplugs. Go ahead and take some of these, squish them down, stick them in. It'll make sure the paint stays out of the hole. Do the same thing for the backside too. Well, this backside, probably not really even gonna paint it, but I am gonna put something on it. I also don't need any of these pins and clips that came with these calipers, because the kit that I bought actually came with brand new shims and pins along with these little art key things, so all of these are being taken out and thrown away. Don't sniff acetone, kids. So I accidentally overheated the camera because normally I have a fan blowing on it, but because of what we're doing, I don't have a fan blowing on it. But everything is masked up and ready to go. I'm honestly not even worried about the backside. I'm not even gonna paint the backside because you can't even see the backside. And what's the point of painting it if you can't see it? So, well, there are points to painting it if you can't see it, but I'm not painting the backside because that's just a waste of paint and I'm not dealing with it. So I'm actually gonna put my camera on the time-lapse mode so I don't overheat the hell out of it again. So here we are, and now paint. So, I didn't want to do the stickers on camera because that was a pain in the ass. I did mess up one of them, but because of this funky font, you won't notice. So now, clear coat. Color, trust me, looks insane. The camera does not do it justice at all. So, it has been a week since these have been painted. Need to give them that time to dry, let the paint harden, and man, I love this freaking color. The paint turned out really, really nice. I'm hoping this comes out really nice on the camera, but that color is amazing. And I just like, these turned out very, very nice. So now we need to go ahead and install them on the car. One thing that has came to my attention is I'm gonna have to trim some stuff. So over here, I'm just gonna have to take this little corner off. Not a big deal on the front. The rear is where the big problem is. This dust shield right here really needs to be trimmed a lot. It has this edge on it right here. That has to go. I've seen a couple ways that this could be done. You could go ahead and cut this entire thing off, or you could cut little, like you could pie it, I guess is a good way to call it, and bend all these straight up, which is probably the way that we're gonna go, because that's gonna be much easier than having to cut all the way around this thing. Even if it is just sheet metal, it's really sturdy sheet metal. One thing that I would like to do in the future, I don't even know if this is possible, I would love to get the dust shields for the 370Z Sport models and put them on the rear and front. Pretty sure they'll bolt up. I know I'll have to change around the entire braking assembly for the parking brake, but that's something I would like to do in the future. I really don't like, you know, cutting and bending and doing all that kind of stuff if I don't have to. But I'm kind of forced to, because I mean, check this out. So yeah, you can see with the stock rotors, plenty of room right here. not a big deal. But the new ones are significantly larger, which causes the dust shield to get in the way. So we have to cut and bend that up. I actually don't even know, I might cut it flush. I really don't want to have to cut it flush. We'll see what happens. I'll try to get out a pair of 10 snips and use that first. Actually, now that I think about it, I will just go ahead and cut this entire edge off, because if I cut this and bend it up, it'll show outside of here and that'll look kind of ugly. So yeah, let's just go ahead and cut it along that bend right there, and then that should give us enough clearance. You also have to make some clearance for the rear calipers too. If you can't already tell, I've already removed all my calipers front and rear, so we can just go ahead and start putting it all together. All the brakes are in, all around the car. I've already done the pads on that side. I have to go ahead and do the pads on this side, and then I'll be doing the bleeding procedure, which I'm not doing that on video because it is the world's biggest pain in the ass on 350Zs. I recommend going out and looking at a couple of videos where people go into super in-depth detail. I'll be posting one up in the corner of a guy that's really good at explaining this. And yeah, so let's go ahead and put the pads in, and then wrap the video. Check it out, they're in and they fit behind my wheels. I already have the car on the ground. I am ready to take it for a drive. Not in this video though, I'm just testing everything out. I still need to get it realigned because I did all those bushings. I'm tired, I'm ready to go home. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. If you like this video, go ahead and give a big thumbs up. Hopefully I'll be doing some driving in it soon, but like I said, gotta get in alignment. Any which ways, we'll catch you guys in the next one.